doing a thing now.
Yes.
So this is our uh, this is our D&D game. This is My World created from scratch. This is 5th edition. We have new players to 5th edition and new players to D&D. We only have half of our party tonight, so we're gonna make do with what we have. We'll figure our first session. We have only half the people show up. But I guess it is what it is with 8 people anyway. So tonight, joining us, we have our druid, Penguin. Say hi.
Hi.
And then we have our tiefling fighter, Varaka.
Hello. Hello, everyone.
We have our human rogue, Talowin.
Hello.
And our human sorcerer, Gavid.
Humans.
Yeah, representing tonight. That's for sure. All right, so let's begin, shall we? It has been 2 weeks since you signed up for membership with one of the most prestigious of adventurers guilds in Legacy, called Kingsfall. Each of you had just about given up on hope of getting into the guild when last eve a raven delivered a response to each of you with a time and a place to be.
Mm-hmm.
It's just about noon when you arrive at the location on the parchment, Penguin. The city is fairly quiet, far more than usual. Then again, you normally don't come to this part of the city. You spot a table and a bench nestled underneath the shade of a willow, where 2 others are currently lounging, looking about the area. You assume these 2 are here for the same reason as you are, and approach, nodding a greeting. The 2 at the table are Gavid and Talowin.
Hi.
Yeah, go on.
Oh.
Okay, that
it's
was
it's
the
me.
prompt.
I'm
Sorry.
sorry. Hi. Um. Are you? I'm sorry. Hi, I'm Penguin. I was told to come here, and now I'm here. So, are you guys here for the same thing? Maybe. No. Oh, okay.
Yes, I'm here for the same thing. I
So
got
what?
the Raven.
Moments pass as you guys chat amongst each other, and a few others walk up to where you sit. Well, in this case, it would just be one other since we only have one other person. So, Baraka, that would be you.
So this is my supposed rivals in entering the guild. I expected something better.
I'm sorry. What exactly were you expecting?
Good point. Keep going. I'm sorry.
Oh.
GGA, rip.
Oh God, Jesus. Okay.
Oh no!
So it's like, oh well, this guy is just.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm like, the rogue's not saying anything. Wow.
Wow! Wait, he's in character, man. He's a rogue.
Rogue is mute, I guess.
He uses hand signals only.
Anyway, so I'm Penguin, and you are Mean, and we are all here to do a thing, I suppose. Do you guys normally get messages by Raven? Because I do things, but I've never
Not
had.
particularly.
Messages by Raven usually are bad, so I don't ever get those.
Sounds
Not
fake,
that
but
something
okay.
that-
After a brief series of introductions, a large hulking form exits the building to the right of where you guys are all gathered. A very gruff and experienced Minotaur stomps towards you. He snorts loudly as he examines each of you. So, you are the lot to be members of the guild.
That's the
He shifts-
plan.
He gives you a stern look. He shifts his stance, crossing his arms over his chest. All right. And let's go see the boss and see what she has for you then. He turns
The-
and gestures towards the door and leads you in the direction.
We follow.
I follow right behind him.
I also follow.
I'm trying not to be stepped
Following.
on by people as we walk.
As you enter the establishment, you're greeted with quite the opposite sight of what you had outside. And let's do this before I continue. Let's hope this works. Tell me if you guys hear sound.
Yeah, we do. I do at least.
Alright, is it too loud or not?
It's perfect for me.
That's fine.
Okay. The tavern is bustling with activity. People of all creeds are enjoying the hospitalities that is there to offer. Taking a few moments to adjust to the overwhelming noise of the place, the Minotaur leads you through the crowd to a large ornate table in the back half of the tavern. Alright, take a seat here. I'm sure she'll be with you shortly. She likes to make an entrance. Perks of being the boss and all, right? The Minotaur chuckles deeply. The name's Duff. This is my place. Welcome to the Sunken Fate.
Thank you.
I
How-
used
Sorry.
I used to be like you lot. Then the Sunwalkers showed me the light. But I can't forget where I came from. And besides, the boss treated me fairly, so in return, this place has become the official gathering place of would-be and experienced recruits.
Well, thank you, Duff. I eye him up and down as I sit down and put my feet on the table. Do you have anything to drink around here?
A server brings a large tray of food and drink to the table, placing it in front of you all with a smile, and saunters away afterwards.
I kind of
Some hospitality.
scramble into the chair because they're not really built for gnomes.
You'd be surprised, actually. The table has all varying sizes of chairs around it.
Kitty chair.
Booster seats, yo.
Yeah, do I get a
Booster
booster seat?
That's right.
I grab one of the mugs, I guess, and pour myself some mead, or if there's already mead in a mug, I grab it and chug it down.
Yeah, there's already a liquid inside in the mug.
Oh, okay. I grab one, I chug down to half, and slam it on the table again. I wipe my mouth with the back of my hand, and I wait for the boss to come.
I pick up one of the mugs and I smell the rim.
It's
What?
sweet.
What is it?
It's very sweet.
My character doesn't like sweet alcohol, so she just puts it back onto the table and kind of gives it a grimacing look.
Okay.
I take the glass that. I'm sorry. Is your character a male or a female?
It's a female.
Okay. We didn't do any like descriptions or anything, so I have no idea. So I take the glass that she discarded and drink it, sipping a little bit.
Okay. Duff nods towards you all. Alright, enjoy the food and drinks. I have an establishment to maintain. He excuses himself and manages to disappear in the crowd of patrons, leaving you all on your own. As you guys look around the room, you see dozens of different people representing all the races of the mortal men and women of the realm. At first, you think nothing of it, chalking it up to strictly being a tavern and these folks being normal everyday citizens. But upon closer inspection, you started to notice a very similar thing on each and every one of these patrons. Somewhere, adorned on their armor or clothing, is a piece of jewelry. Somewhere it is a necklace, some is a brooch. One of them has even embedded in a patch covering a bad eye. You get the feeling that this tavern isn't really open to the general public and is used primarily for the needs of the guild. There's a slight shiver that runs down your spine as you realize that you guys are actually drawing the attention of several patrons.
I sit
Think
down
we look
correctly, lean on the chair, and look back into the people looking at me with a disapproving look. But I just shrug it off.
I
Okay.
kind of shrink down. Do we look funny?
Gavin stands and proclaims, "Would anyone care for a game of cards?"
Most of them kind of give you a inquisitive look, but nobody seems to approach the table.
Oh,
Character
Smell
looks around
bad.
and carefully studies each of the members.
There's a
Both-
lot of... There's a
both our
lot of...
party and the tavern inhabitants.
Okay. Are you trying to discern anything in particular?
No, not anything in particular.
Okay.
Can I look
Come-
around? Does the tavern just seem like clean and
Oh, it's
cared
very
for?
clean.
Okay.
Yeah. Probably the cleanest tavern that you guys have ever seen in your entire life.
oh man.
Which is weird because if it's run by a minotaur, you're still trying to figure that out.
I rub my chin as I examine the place. It is indeed very clean. And I lean on the table and look at the rest of the members with me, and look down at the gnome. And with a raised eyebrow, I say, "Are you scared?"
I gotta say a little bit. I've never really been in a place that's been this busy before. And you're really big, and you have a tail. You have a tail.
Yes, that tends to happen when you are someone like me. I suppose you are not from around here. You get used to the places like this, truly. So don't worry. If something breaks out, just stand behind me. It'll be
Okay.
over soon.
Okay. Thank you.
So a few moments pass, and the crowd seems to carry on with their business that they were before you guys entered. Then you notice a slender figure walking through the crowds. High elven in nature, and as she passes through the crowd, they seem to part for her and fall quiet watching her. She carries a very sleekness about her as she strides towards your table, but at the same time, there's a very strong air of confidence. Her blonde, almost white locks are draped across her shoulders in luscious curls. Ornate leathers cover most of her body, save for her arms. Bare, but not completely. Up and down the length of her forearms, you can make out a pattern. They look to be like tiger stripes, yet they're very pale teal in hue. They almost seem to mirror her eyes in color. She smiles as she reaches the table and gives a slight nod to each of you. So, you lot are seeking entrance into Kingsfall, are you?
That sounds about right. Otherwise, I would not be here.
Penguin
My
is just
character
kind of
gives a
stunned into
nod.
silence. This is the most beautiful person she's ever seen.
Yeah,
She
the
pe-
nods.
She peers around the tavern and then looks back at the table. You sure you guys want to be part of this motley crew? She gave a slight giggle.
Well, we're pretty motley ourselves. And I kind of gesture to our table.
So you are. I will have to tell you though, you're not the only ones, it seems, interested. There were several others as well, but I've already sent them out on their mission. So I guess it'll be a race to see who finishes first then.
I roll my eyes as I lean and say, I always finish first.
What sort of mission is it? I ask.
Oh, I'll get to that. She grins. She pulls an empty chair out, spinning it around, and sits down in it backwards, facing the table. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Surfall Indala Bellanore, but everyone around here simply calls me the boss. I helped establish Kingsfall some years ago after the Reckoning. We crawled our way through the muck and have made our name for ourselves. Mind you, we're not all about glory and or fame. I mean, let's face it. Glory and fame don't put food in your belly or coins in your pouch. With that being said, while we do good service for the realm, we also do good service for our own. This tavern here is an example of such. Good old Duff was one of the first before he went and got all religious on me. She let out a loud laugh that was strange for an elf. Because of that, we can't just go letting anyone in the guild, and you have to be tested first. Now, some of you might have ties with the guild because of family members. Well, I'm sorry to say, there will be no free handouts. You're gonna have to earn your way into the guild just like they did.
Okay. What would you have us do?
She grinned, grabbed one of the mugs on the table, picked it up, swallowed it back in one gulp, and slammed it back down. So, a week or so ago, we're not exactly sure on the time frame yet, an artifact went missing from one of our vaults. This artifact had just been recently reclaimed and was in the process of being reunited back with its original owner. For a modest fee, of course. While this artifact seemed mundane in nature, it was said to have some sort of magical property when exposed to the right person. I've seen no evidence of this firsthand, but what do I know? The arcane stuff is lost on me. I usually leave that to others of the more experienced. I prefer more natural means. She shrugged slightly before clearing her throat. Now, the vaults of the guild are pretty heavily guarded, and there was no sign of any forced entry, which means that this was an inside job. That doesn't sit well over with me at all. Well, for our members, to have them steal from the hand that feeds you, can't have that. You have to be made an example of. So your mission is to find this traitor and the artifact. Bring them back here. If you do this successfully, your membership will be instated and all the perks to go with it.
What sort of perks are there?
Look around. This is just one of them.
Okay. Is it
Do we get any sort of monetary compensation on those perks?
Payment? Of course, you'll get payment.
That's what I like to hear.
I nod in agreement.
I nod.
If you don't complete the task, obviously, well, then I guess King's Fall wasn't meant for you in the first place.
Consider it done.
She nods. The trackers picked up the trail leaving south of the city. My best guess is they're looking to lose anyone chasing them in Bright Star Forest, around the Cove of Stars. Lots of things go missing in those woods, people included. I'd start there.
Is out of character. Is this the forest that I kind of grew up in, or?
Yes, it'd be to the west of Rowan.
Okay.
I nod, get up from my seat, and make a quick check of my gear. So, are we able to part right now?
Well, you have 4 days to complete the task, so the sooner you leave, the faster you'll get it done, I guess.
I gave her another nod as I start moving around the table and near Surfall. Don't worry, I will do it in less if these three don't slow me down.
Slow you down? Well, okay. I do have short legs.
She chuckled and she says, in my experience, I would tell you to learn to work together. You get much further that way.
Don't know about that. See, lady, being what I am, life can be rough. Nobody wants to help you, even if you are begging for your life. I've learned to work by myself. But if these three seem to be useful in some way, shape, or form, then I'll take their help. They shouldn't expect the same help from me if they don't help me instead.
She's
I
like,
think
she kind of nodded and she says, well, good hunting. And with a wave, she disappears through the crowd just as mysteriously as she appeared.
okay. Well. So what do we want to do?
We have our task. Let's just be off.
Okay. And I set my drink back on the table, and it's only about like a quarter of the way drunk. And I kind of tumble out of my chair and brush myself off and get ready to go.
I set my hand on the hilt of my blade and make a little swing with my tail. See, little one, if you get lost, just grab him from the tip of my tail. See if you don't get, I don't think it's hard to miss a big red horned person, is it?
Oh, don't worry. We're going into the forest, and their denizens are my friends.
Ah, say, she's already proving to be more useful than the rest of you. All right, let's be off.
Gavin gets up, says, let's get this over with.
And we leave the tavern, and
Okay.
so she said southward.
Yes. Music still. Why is it still playing? There we go.
There we go.
There it is.
Okay, so you guys, if you didn't know, you were in Haven.
Yes.
So, south of Haven would be the Cove of Stars, and the forest around it is Bright Star Forest.
And how long would it take to get there?
That depends on how you travel. On normal foot, it'd probably take you a day and a half. If you rent horses, you get there faster.
Do we get horses to travel?
Yep, might be a good idea, since that'd be maximum 3 days.
Okay.
travel?
I ask around and see where we can rent some horses.
Okay, so Haven. Let me give you a little bit of background about Haven. Haven is the largest city in Legacy. It's the capital of Legacy. It's broken up into what they call estates. There are several different types of estates. You have your trade estate, um, your housing estate, your upper scale housing estate, your marketplace estate. And each estate, you know, fulfills a certain purpose for the city itself. Um, you are in one of the mid to high level or area estates for populace and housing. It has a few shops, but not too many. A stable, you would actually have to travel into one of the marketplace estates to see if you can find anyone who is uh, willing to rent to you guys.
Okay.
Because none of you actually have horses.
Right.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, let's go to the market
let's do that.
district.
All right, so you travel down one of the main roads, I would say, leading out of the estate that you're in. This road pretty much snakes its way through all of Haven in one way or another, hitting almost every estate within the city itself. Um, it's about, I'd say, I don't know, mid-afternoon, little past mid-afternoon. Your conversation wasn't very long. You weren't in the tavern very long. You pretty much got in and got out right away. People
Oh.
people people are going about their business. Nobody seemed to really pay you any attention or any out of the place notice as you travel down the main road. There are plenty of shopkeepers barking their wares as you make your way into the merchant estate.
I kind of try and wave somebody down and do, do you know where we can get some horses? Please.
The man kind of looks down at you and he goes, "Are you lost, child?"
I'm not a child.
He kind of, oh, sorry.
Have you never seen a gnome before?
He adjusts his glasses. Oh, yeah, that's right. No,
Oh. My companions and I need horses. Do you know where we can get some?
there might be a place down the street to the left. I think the stable is still open.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Hmm.
Yeah,
You think, friend?
I don't run the stables.
Very interesting. I figured that someone that lives around here would know. Thank you, I suppose.
As you guys make your way to the stables.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
You guys get to the stables, and there's an elderly woman behind the counter. As you guys entered the establishment, you seen like, I don't know, maybe a mid-teen girl brushing some of the horses' manes out. She kind of gave you a slight nod as you entered the establishment and continued doing what she was doing. The elderly woman looks up and goes, "Yes, how can I help you?"
We're looking for some
I-
horses.
Well, we have a stable here, so you're in the right place.
We're trying to get down to the Bright Star Forest, and we need horses to travel there faster.
Bright Star, you say?
Yes.
Hmm. You know about those woods, right? How things go missing?
Oh, I never went missing when I roamed there, ma'am.
Yes. You're so small as it is.
I cross my arms and lean to the woman. Are you trying to tell us something, elderly?
Well, I'm just worried that if I rent you horses, that I may not see them come back.
Is that going to cost us any more than the usual fee?
Well, if they don't come back with you, obviously.
Don't worry. We'll get them back. You'll see us come back again and you have your horses.
Ah, okay. Well, I guess I'll have to take your word for it. How many horses do you need?
Well,
Well, there's 4 of us, but I could probably ride on somebody else's horse if you trust me to be back there.
don't worry, little one. You can ride with me. I need someone that knows the woods.
Well, okay then. So 3 then. And I kind of head count us just to make sure.
My character gives a nod in agreement.
She was like, do you have any specifics for horses?
Something durable.
Do you have anything that can go through the woods? I figure that the typical carriage horse would not fit for something so strenuous. Something strong, perhaps? Or maybe agile? What do you think?
Well, if you're looking for regular, I suppose, how far into the forest are you going?
We don't know yet.
Hmm.
We're looking
Well,
for something that's gone missing.
I'm sure the normal war horses that most use would be fine. I mean, we also have Clydesdales, which are more sturdy.
Would those cost any more than the usual war horse?
Well, they eat more, so I'm sure they would cost you more.
Is that a guarantee that they are more durable?
Have you not seen a Clydesdale before?
I'm afraid not, ma'am. I grew up on the outskirts of the city.
Yes, these are very large horses.
I suppose you're the one that knows. How much for a horse?
So 3 of them? 3 Clydesdales? For how many days?
Probably about 4 days at most.
4 days. Okay. That would be 5 gold and 30 silver.
I look to my teammates and ask them, well, 5 gold, 30 silver. Anybody good with numbers?
That's per horse?
No, total.
Total. Okay. So we just pitch up our goal. And I kind of dig into my pouch a little bit, and I pull out 2 gold to contribute to the cost.
So it was 5 gold, right?
530. 530, yep.
530. Okay, so that's 2 gold. We're missing 3. I rummage through my pouch, the little black leather pouch in front of my belt, and I pull out a gold coin and 10 silver.
Okay.
Gavin quickly drops 2 gold coins in the counter.
Okay.
So
She nods She takes the coins and she says, "All right, let me show you to the steeds." And she kind of leads you away out of the chamber and into the stables. And the stables are much larger than what you thought they were when you first walked into the establishment. There are literally dozens of different steeds within stalls, horses, mules, some exotic mounts as well.
Ooh. What type of mounts? Are there like tigers or something?
Nope, you just see there are no cats, but you do see a large warg, and a pegasus. Most of you've never seen a pegasus before.
Ooh.
I kind of bow my head to the warg and the Pegasus.
My character's never seen a horse before, so I'm just kind of looking around.
All right, that's fair enough.
I've never seen a horse.
He's like, oh shit! What is this four-legged beast?
She leads you further into the stables. At the very end of the stable is a very large stable, and inside of it are two large mammoths. And to the left and right are very large horses.
Exactly how large? Like, do I have to look really high up to look at their faces?
I mean, they're not like taller than a regular horse. They're just very
Like
what's the word?
burly.
Yeah, very burly horses.
Hmm.
And at the their manes are a little longer than a regular horse, and they have like uh, the same type of thing around their feet as their manes.
Like little. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. What color are there? Are there different colors?
There's like a sandy colored one. There's a black one. There's a pinto colored one. A gray. I mean, they're just like regular horses as far as colors go.
Okay, actually pulled out a picture of the horses because they're my favorite breed. Here you go. It's in the D&D chat.
I kind of just stare at them in wonder. They're very larger than me.
In personal preference, I go over to the black horse and try to see if it isn't scared by my presence.
The horse doesn't seem to take any offense to you at all, and just treats you like a regular person.
Hmm.
You would
mean-
assume that with that being a rental, they've probably seen all sorts of riders.
I see. Well, I go over, slightly caress its face, and then switch back to the old lady and ask, "So, are they ready to ride right now, or do we have to wait?
They'll just need to be saddled up, and then they'll be ready to ride.
How long would that take?"
Well, maybe 5-10 minutes.
All right. I guess we can wait.
She nods and she claps her hands, and a stable boy runs out from almost nowhere and nods and goes to fetch some saddles. She's like, "Now you will bring them back, right? These are some of my best Clydesdales."
Sure.
On my honor, we will do our best to bring them back untouched.
Going in the woods and you don't know how far you're going in the woods? What are you going down to Bright Star for anyway?
That is for us to know. But don't worry, we will have your horses back. Tiefling promise. I give like a side green, little fang glints of the the light.
She smiles and says, "All right," and she walks away.
I roll my eyes as she leaves. As she leaves.
I've never been on a horse, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Never
I've
been
been-
on a horse.
They don't. I mean, not this big. Like where I come from, they're pretty small because we're all pretty small, and I've never seen them this big.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay. I use the tip of my tail to just kind of poke at the shoulder of Penguin, and he's like, "Don't worry, little one. Though these may look a little big to you, they're not the biggest creatures to ride out there. I've seen some fairly interesting things. However, this is the biggest horse I've ever seen." As I look back to the horse and give it a gentle pat on the neck.
I kind of I go up to the black one, and I kind of pet its hoof hair because I can't reach any higher.
I can imagine it just like stomping you in a single hoof. Like,
Okay. As Penguin awkwardly pets the hair on the Clydesdale's foot. Good horse. Good horse. Creepy.
I move back and wait for it to be settled. I make yet again another check to see if all my items are there. And then I cross my arms once I do that.
Okay.
Gavin's, Gavin's fairly interested in the Pegasus in the back.
Yeah. What are you doing?
Oh, just looking at it. Mostly keeping to himself, keeping his thoughts to himself as far as the horse goes.
The Pegasus or the Clydesdale?
The Pegasus, sorry.
This Pegasus is not your normal white-colored Pegasus that you would think it would be. It's actually like an ash color, but the wings are a deep ebony shade. And it's fully armored.
Ooh.
Hmm.
Wow. I look over to Gavin and say, "Interesting creature, don't you think?"
Gavin remains quiet. While he further investigates the horse. What kind of armor does it have?
It's plate barding.
Ooh.
It's like a deep blue. It's got a little bit of metallic hints to it, and it's trimmed in like platinum.
Hmm.
Ooh, fancy.
The lady's still there, right?
Yeah. She's
that's-
she's helping the boy get the saddles on the Clydesdales.
Gavin asks the lady who would normally rent a horse like this or the Pegasus.
Oh, you're talking about Zeb?
Yes.
Usually it's one of those rich, snooty types who wants to show off. Show he's got more money than he knows what to do with.
Does it actually fly?
Oh, yeah. Very fast.
Interesting.
They say that it can outrun dragons.
Dragons, you say?
Yeah, but I don't know if I'd buy that. Dragons are awfully large, and it is just a horse, after all.
Penguin gets really excited and pads over to the Pegasus and says, "Oh my goodness, you can fly?"
The horse kind of snorts and stomps in acknowledgement and fans its wings.
That's amazing. I'm sure you look really beautiful when you're in the air.
It snorts again.
I reach out with my hand. It's like, little one, get back here. You don't know what the creature is able to do.
What? He's my friend.
Friend, you barely know him.
Oh, everything in the natural world is my friend.
What? What kind of freak are you?
I'm a
Gavin
gnome.
Gavin leaves the Pegasus to wait for his horse to be saddled.
Okay. What is Talawan doing?
Oh.
Did we lose Ave?
Mike muted.
Maybe.
Oh no, Rip.
Oh no. Hey, no.
Ree.
Hey.
He's too busy watching the Gundam porn.
Oh God.
Same.
Gundam Sailor Moon porn.
Ave, come back!
Hey, no.
And that's how Talowin died.
The Pegasus killed him.
Stumped him. Oh no.
Cool, I get a
I,
horse all to myself now.
ooh.
You couldn't steer the horse all to yourself. I'm
I
sorry.
probably couldn't see over its head.
No. You couldn't see over its mane. What are you talking about?
I just get lost in its mane.
Yeah.
Like, what a wonderful place. Get off the horse.
You take up residence in its mane like it's a forest.
Yep.
Oh, I use my tail to nudge the gnome to come back. It's like, we're not supposed to be there.
Okay. And I come back and just kind of stand next to Baraka and wait.
A couple minutes pass, and they get saddled on the horse, and she nods, says, "All right, they're all ready." She's like, "They all have saddlebags, so if you need to store for whatever reason, you have access to that. So just make sure you take good care of the saddles too, otherwise I'll have to charge you."
Thank you very
Hmm.
much.
That took you long enough. Thanks.
She kind of gives you a sideways glance and nods.
And I kind of look at Baraka and then look at the horse. And it's very tall. And I'm like, can you help me, please?
Yes, I can help you. I slowly climb up the horse and offer my tail for the gnome to climb.
And I climb up.
I
Okay.
lift her slowly and set her on the front, like between the horse and me, in case, in fear that she might fall off.
Gavin
Okay.
mounts his horse. Ready to go.
Ave!
Hey, no. Hey.
Well, I guess he just follows you. No, that's too Elvin.
Yeah, sadly. Oh.
If Avina was a rogue.
Yeah, for being a. Yeah. Literally. Alright. So, you guys got your horses.
Yay.
I just point generally southward because I don't really have control over where I'm going right now, so.
Yeah, follows behind the two on the horse in front of him.
I rear the horse in the direction of Penguin's pointing. And nudge her over. Do you want to climb over my shoulder to see?
Is that safe?
I don't know. I can try.
Okay.
Oh my lord. Okay, Jess.
And I climb up and sit on
Oh, no.
Baraka's shoulders.
I want you to make a athletics roll.
Oh,
Oh
no.
god.
Oh, no.
Okay. This is terrible. Skills.
Oh no.
Oh,
Oh,
Oh, that was acrobatics. That wasn't even athletics. That was wrong.
oh,
Oh.
This is gonna be worse.
Oh.
oh.
No! No! Oh god.
So, as Penguin, never been on a horse this large before, tries to stand on said horse as the horse is moving to try to scale your body to get on your shoulders.
Uh,
She loses grip and she tumbles off the horse and
can I?
hits the ground with a thud.
Oh no. Can I make a roll to try to catch her?
Uh, Go ahead and make an acrobatics roll to see if you're fast enough reflexes.
Okay. Acrobatics.
Alright, we'll say right when she tumbled off the side, you reached instinctively and grabbed her before she got any further.
Oh.
Ah,
Ugh. I lift her with my hand and just look at her like straight in the eye. You truly have never rode anything, have you?
no, I usually walk.
With those legs?
I don't get very far very fast, but I get there.
I like your mentality, but it's not gonna get you anywhere. Come on. Can I make like a check to help her like on my shoulders?
We'll say if she wants to try it again, she can make an athletics roll with advantage this time.
Okay.
Come on. Oh god!
oh
Wow.
no.
What the shit? No!
I'm not
Well-
very strong.
It's a damn good thing that was with advantage instead of disadvantage.
Yeah.
God.
So
Uh.
once again, she tries and fails,
God.
but she doesn't fall off the horse this time.
Why don't I just sit here and if I can't see you, just tell me.
Okay. Well, alright. I guess that was uncalled for. And I sit her back, like sitting down in front of me, like, and I give her a little pat on the head. Like, it's okay.
I kind of motion for his tail and use it like a seatbelt.
I let her because she's the only one that's been nice to me.
Okay.
Uh,
So you guys steer the horses down the main thoroughway of the city towards the large main gate on the southern half of Haven.
okay.
Outside of Haven, it's all plains,
Ooh. Nice.
except for the river that runs into the eastern side of Haven. That curves just a little south, but not too much. Penguin would be very familiar with this area, considering she's from southeast of here. So she's traveled these plains numerous times, back and forth from Rowan to Haven.
So I'm kind of directing them towards the forest.
I just veer the horse, like, in the direction that she's pointing and signaling.
Follow their lead.
Okay.
I like these ones.
How does a forest look? Is there any particularity about the forest?
Well, it's kind of, it's just barely on the horizon at the moment.
Oh, okay.
You're nowhere near close enough to get details of the forest, but you have somebody in the party who's been there several times. I mean, I'm just saying.
Okay. I look down to Penguin. It's like, so, this homeland of yours, is it beautiful?
Oh, very. It's my favorite place. ever since I could go by myself, I've been going and hanging out in the forest.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think maybe you will know a lot about the place, right?
Yeah. I don't know that I would know exactly where someone might take this thing we're looking for, but
Actually, Penguin,
would I?
I want you to make an investigation roll.
Oh, okay.
Ooh. Ooh. Oh my.
You know of several places in the forest that were forbidden to most. Those would be a very good place to start looking.
Well, there are a couple places that I know that I didn't go. You're not really supposed to go there, but and it's probably pretty dangerous.
Well, we might want to make those our points of priority. We might not know very much about the place, but we have a lead now. Thank you, little one.
Gavin riding along asks Penguin, what type of forest creatures are there in this forest?
What type of forest creatures are there in the forest that I would know of?
So besides the normal denizens of it's not a dense forest, but it's a mildly dense forest. So you get your typical like your wolves, your bears. But since this is around a cove, you get a little more exotic creatures as well. Some of them that are amphibious in nature. You have never seen any of these creatures, but there are lots of rumors of such creatures around your village.
Oh, so wolves and bears, and squirrels, and um, chipmunks, and some. You know, I heard a couple things that there might be some like otter creatures, but I've never seen any of them, and I don't know that I believe that they exist.
You
Gavin,
don't believe.
Oh, I don't know. I've never
Where
seen any of them.
where is Gavin from?
hey,
Okay. So give me a history roll.
oh no.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
As this.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, that's a good history roll.
Mm.
So you've heard stories of the beasts of the cove. One of these particular beasts in general, that's how the cove kind of got its name. And there it is right there.
Ah, God!
I'm gonna mute real quick. I need to feed them. So.
Okay.
But I'm
There's a
listening.
creature! Ah!
So you heard stories of a Hydra that resides in the area,
Oh.
but you're not sure if it's nothing more than a story or if it's factual.
Gavin mentions hearing a story about Hydra living in the forest to the other party members. It might only be a fairy tale, but I've heard there could be a Hydra in this forest.
Ooh. A hydra, you say? What type of creature is a hydra?
Oh, it's like a water dragon.
Is
Well, kind of.
it friendly?
No.
Hmm. Well, that answers that question. Next time I see it, I'll be drawing my sword.
Gavin says, "Remember the story that the stable lady told us about? People going missing could be the Hydra, if it even exists."
You're right. It just might be. That and any other type of creature that might be somewhat hungry. I say as I like gently tap the hilt of my blade.
Wolves will attack somebody if they have a mind to.
You seem to be kindred spirits with the forest. Are you able to talk with the creatures?
Little ones. But, I mean, if you really want an information network, you talk to squirrels. They're everywhere.
Squirrels. That is useful, but not as useful if we cannot talk with the bigger creatures. I suppose force will always be the answer. Oh, so sorry for the honking.
So, Penguin grew up in this forest, right?
Yeah,
Okay. So Gavin asks, who or what did you grow up with in this forest?
well, my family. I'm I mean, we grew up a little bit outside of Rowan, and there's a bunch of gnomes and halflings in there, but I just grew up with my family, and going into the forest was, I think it's, just your normal forest animals, and I talk to them.
Finding friendly creatures that we can ask questions to might be good to start off with.
Oh yeah.
All right. I look up to the sky and then to the distance and try to judge the time at which we might arrive, or how long is it going to take.
These horses travel at a pretty steady speed, unless you actually are forcing them into gallops.
I don't think we are. Are we?
No.
I don't think we need to.
I think we're not like in any hurry because we left pretty early.
If you continue on this pace for this time, you'll probably reach the forest in maybe it'll be pretty late in the night.
Oh god. I hold onto the reins of my horse and look back to the other members of my group and say, we might want to be a little bit more hasteful. At this pace, we might arrive there by probably after sunset. So, I mean, much later. And I would not like to find out what type of creatures look in the dark.
Well, I'd like to set up camp well before we hit nightfall.
Would it be safe to try and make the horses go faster then and set up camp in the forest, or should we set up camp right now?
Oh, we could go all the way to the forest, and as long as we don't go too deep, it'll be safe.
Gavin
Then-
agrees.
Then we'll, as soon as we start getting into the forest, we will set camp
Okay.
and we gallop.
So you spur the horses on, make them go a little bit faster. Not too much. You don't need them in full gallops. You just want to get to the edge of the forest by nightfall. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay. Your travel is pretty uneventful. Like I said, the Haven is surrounded by plains except for the northeastern section of Haven. So it's pretty flat. There's a main road that travels from Haven in the southwestern direction towards Exodus, but you guys venture off of that road because it starts to curve, and you guys don't need to curve with it. You're just going straight south to the edge of the forest. You see people traveling up and down the road. They all nod their greetings. None of them stops you. None of them questions you. You get to the point where you have to venture off the road. It's still pretty flat. You get occasional hills every so often, but for the most part, it's just open plains and grass. The forest is a little closer now, where you can actually see um, the trees, and it's not one type of tree that dominates the forest. There are dozens of different types. You can't even begin to distinguish what is what at this distance. But the leaves, it's just starting to turn like in autumn, so the leaves are starting to change.
Are they
Okay.
crunchy?
No, they haven't fallen off the trees, Jess.
Oh, okay.
They're just like starting to get into different colors.
Right.
Okay. As soon as we arrive to the forest, I rear my horse to stop and look at the rest of my teammates and say maybe we should start. Maybe we should start setting up camp because we will lose the little light that we have.
Okay.
Agreed.
And I guess I climb down and help Penguin climb down so she doesn't fall.
Acrobatics
Uh,
check.
That's probably a good thing.
And let's see, I start. I try to scout the area. What can I see?
What are you trying to scout?
Probably any type of hostile creature.
Are you venturing into the forest?
I don't think so. We aren't, right? Or maybe are we?
I think we're right on the edge of it. and just
Like
kinda
we're.
staying there.
I think we wanted to.
We might use like
camp.
the cover of the trees a little bit, but not.
So you're like what at the very edge of the forest? Is that what you're trying to do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And when you're scouting, how deep are you trying to go, and how far away are you going?
Maybe into the forest. I would say probably maybe about 20 yards.
Okay. And are you trying to be sneaky, or are you just walking through?
No, I'm just walking through, really.
Okay. What are the other two? Well, I should say other three. Did Abe ever come back?
I don't know those.
I think so.
Good lord!
Rest in peace, Abe.
And then there were three.
Gabe's listening.
I just want to look and see if I can see squirrels.
Oh, squirrels.
You don't see them, but you can hear signs of them.
Okay.
I'm
That makes me
looking
feel better.
looking for somewhere to tie up my horse so I don't lose any gold.
That's good. That's good. There are plenty of trees that you could tie the reins to.
Tie my horse to a tree.
I stand next to the horse. I can't even reach the reins to go lead him over.
This is true. You can't.
I'm just standing there with him. And I kind of like pet his leg reassuringly. And
Okay. So, Varaka, you
Mhm.
are about, I don't know, 15 yards away from everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
The forest is thicker here. You
Oh.
can just barely see where you guys set up camp. It's
Mhm.
almost as if the forest is alive.
Oh.
To coin a phrase. Very, very dense here, and the sounds of nature is just, it's echoing.
Like all of the crickets and the
Yeah.
squirrels and everything just started getting like echoing around me.
Yep.
Okay. I noticed that everything's starting to get a little bit thicker, and the deeper I go, and I come to a stop. I put
Okay.
my hand on my hilt in case something happens, on the hilt of my blade, and I squint my eyes as I try to see through the density of the forest.
Okay. Make an investigation.
Investigation. Oh no. Oh no.
Well, it's too dense here, and all you can make out is the different shades of the flora and fauna.
Hmm.
You can't see anything sticking out. Nothing out of the ordinary, at least. But then again, you're not all that familiar with forests,
Mm-hmm.
so this doesn't look out of place to you.
You're like, huh? It's a forest.
Yeah, something like that.
All right. Uh, Noticing that I may have ventured a little bit too far in, I decide to uh, roll back and go back to camp.
Okay.
The little I can see. Oh no. Oh no.
Okay. So you find your way back to camp. Um, Gavin has tied up his horse to a nearby tree, and Talon has done the same. And then you have Penguin there petting the leg of your guys' horse because she can't reach the reins. And she seems to be talking to it in a soothing voice. The horse doesn't seem to be too um, too concerned with her.
Hmm.
It's kind of a humorous sight to see her petting the hair on the horse's leg.
I pinch the bridge of my nose, sigh, and try to shrug it off as I approach to them and simply tell them, "Well, I tried to go in as deep as I could, but as soon as the forest started getting thicker, I decided to come back. I, it feels like everything's alive in here, if that makes sense, but I do not like it."
Well, it is a forest, and things live in it. And hopefully those things would be alive while they're living in it. Um, can you tie him? Cause I can't.
You want to tie the horse?
Yeah, cause I don't want to lose him.
Sure, I could do that. You, if you can make a fire or something, then you can do that, I
Oh
guess.
yeah, I can do that. And I go and I start building a fire.
Go about, grab the reins, and make sure the horse is well tied to a tree trunk.
So make a survival roll, Jess.
All right, I'm good at this.
Ooh, ooh, ooh!
Oh yeah.
Oh,
You've never seen a gnome. You've never seen anybody, let alone a gnome, do what she did with setting up camp for you guys.
oh!
It's truly very impressive. She sets up camp, lights a fire, and has everything going in like a matter of minutes.
Ooh!
I have like a pot of water boiling over the fire, and
A little makeup home.
Gavin relaxes and says, "In the morning we'll be able to see more in the forest in the sunlight."
yeah,
And
until
make
it
our way
gets too
through it.
thick. But we'll be all right.
Do you both want to take turns on guard duty?
Oh yeah, we probably should keep watch.
I'll take the first watch. I can see the dark.
Okay. And I'll take second. So when you're tired, just wake me up.
Mm-hmm.
Take third. Wake me up.
Wake me up inside.
Okay.
All right, Amy. No problem, Amy.
Baraka Lee over here.
That's right.
Okay, I lean next to a tree, and just start carving out, with my nail something on the on the tree trunk. It's time to kill time, really.
You're defiling the forest.
I mean, I guess.
For shame.
Oh no! Oh no!
What are you doing? I see him. I kind of peek out and see
I
him.
don't know. I'm bored. Am I not supposed to do this?
No, it hurts them.
I'm sorry. I don't know. I did not think that. Are trees alive? Are
Yes,
trees
they're
alive?
alive. I go over and I pat the trunk and I was just like, I'm so sorry. He didn't know. And
I bow my head to the tree and I'm like, I'm sorry. I guess.
how would you like somebody digging into your skin?
I mean, they have done that before.
Did you like it?
I don't know. It's pretty traumatic.
Well, it's pretty traumatic to them too.
I don't hear any screaming.
Of course you don't. You don't speak to the trees.
I lean close to her. Like I kneel down and raise an eyebrow. It's like, did you take anything before we got here? Like, do you happen to smoke any weird thing by chance?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I try to like sniff the air around her. I see there's nothing, and I'm
I
like,
smell like the flower crown I'm wearing.
Yep.
ooh, ooh.
That's pretty
You,
much it.
you smell sweet exotic scents of flowers. And then you notice the flowers in her hair.
I noticed the flowers in her hair and the sweet smell. It must be the flowers. I like think out loud as I get up and shrug it off. Well, I'm sorry. I guess I will not do it again.
Do I have like a sketchbook or something?
Yeah,
don't know
you're
if
an
that-
artist, right?
Yeah, I just didn't know if that was included in painter's tools.
Yeah, we can say you have a sketch tablet instead of a canvas and paints.
Okay. So
You can
I
have
give him.
parchments and it'd be parchments and like charcoal.
Okay. So I give him a parchment and a piece of charcoal, and I say, "You draw, or you write, or do something constructive with your time if you're bored."
Well, usually I sharpen my blade, but it's pretty sharp already. I used to steal and rob when I was bored and I was
Wow.
young. I did not have that luxury anymore, so
She kind of like grabs at her pouch and kind of shifts it back.
I've tried to stray away from that path. Ever since something happened in my life, I tried to become a better man. Sometimes the urge is there, however. There are lots of valuable things out there, and it makes life a lot easier. However, I am trying to become better, and you have no need to worry about me.
Okay.
Gavin's fully asleep.
Whew.
Does Gavin snore?
Hmm.
Oh
Wow.
no. Oh
yes.
no.
Yes.
Okay. So you guys
Okay.
are having this conversation, and then you hear, like, loud snores coming from behind you.
Wow, he's a deep sleeper.
Well, I wish I could do that. I say as I just like sniff.
I go and lay down by the fire,
Okay.
Uh,
You get to the you just you go back to the camp, and you see Gavin sleeping peacefully, deeply by the fire. Talon's missing.
I am not paying attention. I'm just like looking out into the forest for any potential threat.
Do
Just
I see
looking
her
at my
horse?
nails.
Do you see what?
Her horse.
Yeah, the horse is there. She's not.
Okay. Oh no.
Okay. I turn and I go back to Varaka, and I kind of poke his shoulder.
I mean,
Or I thought you were sitting, but so I poke your thigh.
I look down and see something the matter with the one.
Um, the 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 girl is missing.
What girl?
The one we were traveling.
Oh, the woman, the one that did not talk a lot.
Yeah.
Uh, now that you mention it, I look around the camp, notice that there's only 3 of us. You're right. Is a horse there?
Her horse is here. We have 3 horses and 3 people.
Was she not with us when we arrived?
Oh, she was here. Well, her horse is here. So, she had to
I
have
mean-
been here, and
She could have fallen.
her horse is tied up here.
I know, but in the trip, getting here, she could have fallen and hit her head, which would have explained that she did not tell us anything. She was unconscious. Well,
But she
it
tied her
is-
horse. I watched her tie her horse.
Well, it is her problem. She knew what she was coming for. This mission is not for the easily defeated or the weak. So I'm sure wherever she may be, she's battling her way back to us. She seemed very capable. As I say, as I slowly unsheath my rapier. Us, on the other hand, need to worry. We do not know what's out there. Well, maybe you do, or maybe you don't. How long has it been since you've been away?
Oh, it's only been a little bit of time, right?
Yeah.
I pretty much came to Haven, applied to join the guild, and we left Haven. So, not very long at all.
Do you know anything that might have happened in the past 4 days?
Do I know? Can I make a check?
You can make a check.
Would that be history?
Yep.
Ooh. Ooh.
On your way back to Rowan from Haven, you stop to talk to the squirrels, which you do on a regular basis, and you get weird, incomplete thoughts from the squirrels that you normally don't get, like single words, like
Like they're unwilling to talk, or like they don't know how to talk about what it is?
like they haven't experienced this before in their forest, so they don't know how to describe it to you.
Okay. There's something weird. There's something weird in the forest. The squirrels.
Something that is not normally present.
The squirrels didn't really know how to talk about it. Or I got that feeling it's like they didn't have words for it.
What was the type of feeling? Was it fear?
I wouldn't say it was fear. They don't understand the nature of it.
Oh, they're just like troubled, I guess.
Yes. I mean, they're
It's-
squirrels, but they're scared of everything naturally. So,
I think it's a new thing. It's just a new thing they don't understand.
All right. As she says that, I point my rapier to the bonfire, I guess fireplace, and chant something in underneath my breath. I cast thaumaturgy to brighten the flame of the fire.
okay.
And I focus on trying to cast that every time the spell diminishes, just to kind of give ourselves a little bit more vision.
So, what are you trying to do with it exactly?
Try to brighten the fire, like make it more luminescent.
So, you're trying to give off more of a light radius. Is that what you're trying to do?
Yes.
That'll be good for the human.
I mean, if he wakes up, he needs to see.
Well, that's true.
And I guess it was like kind of my strategy to make creatures, small creatures, fear, so that only creatures willing to attack us or do something to us might come near.
Were you trying to bait something out? Is that what you're trying to do?
Maybe.
Oh, God.
So the fire is nice and big now, right?
It's not only larger, but it's casting off more light than it was previously, which is kind of hard to explain. I mean, a fire is bright as
Right,
it
right.
is, but the radius is small. But now it's larger, but it's the same size.
I suppose it's kind of like making a light bulb brighter in a way, but instead of a light bulb, it's like fire,
Mhm.
shedding more light, I guess. I'm trying to. I look down to the gnome and say, "Well, if it's coming for us, it's coming for us, right? If we deal with it faster, we get to finish this job quicker."
Okay.
So do I need to roll anything to wake up here since the fire's bright?
I don't know. Are you a heavy sleeper by nature?
Probably. Yeah.
Then I'm sure a light source probably isn't going to matter much to you.
True.
Noise could be a different story.
Hmm.
Keep an eye out. I'm gonna try and get some sleep.
Mm-hmm. You go sleep with the one.
And I go
Okay.
and lay down.
So Varaka,
Mm-hmm.
both Gavid and Penguin have retired. The only noise you hear are the crickets. You'll hear your owls call occasionally, and of course you hear Gavin snoring.
Like the most important thing out of all the sounds.
Once in a while, you'll hear like a twig snapping or bushes rustling deep in the forest, but nothing in proximity
Okay.
to where you guys are. For the most part, it goes by without any events.
I hold tight to the grip of my blade in case anything happens. My attention keeps drifting on and off from the different sounds. And as I yawn, I realize that I'm a little tired now. So I go and wake up Penguin, assuming a few hours have passed.
Yep.
Okay. So I go and gently poke at her nose with the tip of my tail. Hey, little one.
And I kind of sneeze. It tickles. I wake up. Oh.
Shake my tail like, ugh,
What's happened?
it's your turn to
Oh, okay.
take guard.
And I just kind of sit up and look around.
Okay.
I take her place and slowly lie down and I sheathe my blade. I lie down and try to catch some sleep.
Okay.
I suppose
I'm-
by now I should mention that if I fall asleep, then the brightness of the flame is going to fall off
It's
eventually.
gonna dim. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just passively sketching while I keep an ear out and an eye out.
Okay. What is your passive perception, Penguin?
Where do I see that?
Let's see.
I knew where to find it on the other sheet, but now that we're here, I don't know.
Oh, it's gonna be your perception is what? Your perception is uh,
My wisdom modifier's 2, if that helps. Or no, 5. Sorry. I can't count.
so your modifier is a 5. Your proficiency bonus is what?
I'm not
Um,
proficient in perception.
No. Your regular proficiency bonus is what? 2 right now, I believe.
I think so.
Yeah, proficiency bonus is
Oh,
2
yeah,
plus
yes.
5 is 7. So your passive is on a natural 20 would be 27.
Okay.
What does it say? It says 20. Okay, well, your passive is it doesn't give you your
Oh, I see. Okay, so yeah, 20.
yeah,
20
your
is my
passive is a 20.
I
So,
understand.
Like most of the nights that you've spent in these woods, you're very familiar with the sounds of the forest. But it's about, I don't know, I'd say probably 2:30 in the morning when you start to get a weird smell.
Like, what kind of smell? Like burning or?
No, this is much more foul, like decay.
Oh.
And at first it was a very slight hint in the air, but it seems to be getting stronger.
I'm back. I'm sorry.
Okay.
What happened?
Dank smell.
Yeah, I'm smelling some dank.
Oh no. Oh no.
Okay. Does it seem to be coming from any particular direction?
It just seems to be coming from the forest itself, but you can't get a discernible direction.
Do I hear any sounds to go with it? Or
Not at the moment, you don't know. Do you want to make an investigation roll?
yeah, I wanna. Well, can I make a nature check and see if it would be anything that I would be familiar with, like a smell that would be natural or?
I mean, you can try.
Okay. Well, it wasn't fantastic, but
I mean, death is part of life in the forest, but normally, you know with your experience in the forest, normally a smell like that doesn't just crop up instantly. It's
Okay.
there and lingers.
yeah.
And this was not there and is now there.
Okay. I want to move like to the very southward like edge of the light and peek out and see if I see anything.
Okay. So what are you doing? You making an investigation roll?
Yeah. Oh,
Oh no.
it's not great.
Oh man. So you you peer out even with your dark vision, You can't make out anything in the forest from where you are. It's too thick and it's too dark. You hear an owl like you normally do. Then you hear a screech as if something was scared, and then a rustling, and then you see birds fly out from the trees.
About how far away?
You're not sure how far away they are.
Okay. Are there any creatures nearby that I would be able to see?
Nothing that you can see, other than the birds that just flew away.
Can I kind of like loudly whisper at them? Hey! Hey! What's going on?
You're whispering at what? The birds?
Yeah,
They're already gone, dear.
as they're flying away.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I go over to Varaka and poke him.
Slowly,
Something
like,
weird.
slowly wake up and almost instinctively grab my blade, but I see that it's just a gnome.
I
and
hold my hand up
between-
and just, hey,
What's the matter?
there's something
As soon
weird.
as soon as she wakes you up, and you wake up, you hear a loud crack, and you see a tree limb fall from a tree not too far from where the camp is.
What was that?
I don't know, there's something weird going on. Something was scared, and it smells really bad. And I go over and poke Gavid, sorry.
And as she says the smell, you smell it now, Vrock. A very pungent scent of decay.
I cringe at the smell and slowly get up, grabbing my blade from its sheath. I try to discern with my dark vision what it might be, but I suppose I can't see it. Can I?
I'm shaking Gavid awake.
You see nothing yet.
Can I tell given that it's close, like, can I tell where it was? Or where it might be?
You know it's just south of where you guys are.
Okay.
That's all you know right now.
Gavin's awake.
Okay.
In light of this, I prepare myself in the direction, not necessarily in a battle stance, but lowering my stance, ironically, and just keep trying to keep guard and see if I can see anything.
Something was hurt or scared, and I want to go see what it is.
Something's hurt. Like,
Something screamed.
was it like a scream of an animal, or
It sounded like it.
do you think it was far away?
How far away did it sound? The
It didn't
screech.
sound that far.
It's not that far away. I want to go see. And I start moving southward towards the source of the sound.
Gavin's fully awake now. He can smell it too, right?
Oh yeah. And as a human, this is turning your stomach.
Hmm.
Oh no.
Hmm.
I look back to Gavid and raise my eyebrow. Something wrong, human?
Little queasy over whatever the smell is.
I mean,
Can I lessen the smell in any way?
I don't know. You have something that you can do that with?
Yeah. Let's say there's like a hood in my disguise kit. And I pull it out and put it over my face.
Okay.
I'm
So,
moving towards
It
the
helps a
sound.
little bit, but you can still make it out.
That's fine.
Are you leaving the camp by yourself?
Yes.
How far are you going?
Well, I can't move very fast, so not very far, very quickly. Probably no more than like 25 feet or so before
Okay,
they
so
have a chance to act.
Varaka, you spend time um, talking to Gavin, and then you turn back and realize that Pinwin is gone. You've lost her in the forest.
Gavin asks Varaka, where's the little thing that you keep around?
What the gnome? She was right
Yeah.
here. I look and she's gone. I
Well, that's unfortunate.
I'm not
I
taking care to like mask my trail or anything, so you can probably see like pretty clear evidence of where I'm going.
So since I'm human, I also need a light source, right?
Yeah, you don't have dark vision.
I
I pull out one of the torches from my my Dungeoneer's pack, and I
Okay.
light it in the campfire.
Okay.
Let's go find her, Varaka.
I clear my throat and after a deep inhale, I cast thaumaturgy into my throat, making my voice reverberate and echo much louder. Little one, are you here?
Okay. You can hear Varaka, Penguin, but you can't see the camp anymore. Make an investigation roll.
Okay. Oh no.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh no.
You think you're going towards the direction of the voice. You're not positive.
Wait, the voice or the screech that I heard?
The screech.
Okay.
And then you see shapes. Just a little bit to the south of where you are. Very slow moving shapes. They appear to be humanoid-ish in height.
Can I like hide behind a tree?
You can make a stealth check.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey.
You find some nearby shrubs and hide yourself inside the shrubs behind a tree. What
And
are
I
you
just-
doing?
I want to watch them. I don't know what they are.
Nope, you can't tell what they are. They're too far away to see what they are exactly. And they just slowly continue walking towards the forest or through the forest, and they seem to be heading towards a direction.
Can I tell what direction?
You think they're heading in the direction that you just came from.
Oh. Okay. Is the smell any worse here?
Oh yeah. Way worse. You're like at ground zero.
Does it seem to be coming from the people or the shapes?
You're not 100% positive, but you have a good assumption that that stench is because of those things.
Okay. I want to move parallel to them. Because I would go back to camp, but I'm not totally sure where I am right now. So I just want to move parallel to them with them.
No.
Okay.
And go the direction that they are going.
What are Vrak and Gava doing?
We're looking for her trail, I suppose.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, what would that be?
Survival.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, I guess I gotta do it as well.
Gavin turns to Varaka and says, maybe we should look for her trail and try and track her through the forest. Both of us.
I give a nod, and in light of this, I cast my thaumaturgy on his torch, so it brightens. It becomes a little bit bigger and brighter for him to see a little bit more. And given that I have dark vision, I don't need it. Start trying to check for the trail. So I guess that's survival.
So we'll both look.
Oh boy.
Oh no!
Oh.
Oh no! We're lost.
Neither of you are too familiar with tracking someone, let alone someone through a forest. You kind of spend several moments, but you can't seem to ascertain a direction in which she went at all. But what you do notice is the smell has gotten stronger.
Ugh.
Then you hear more branches breaking.
The change drags my attention, and I look back to Gavin. Did the smell get any worse for you?
A lot. Yeah.
Should we head back to camp? I don't know if we can find her.
Feel like someone that small couldn't survive in a forest.
Well, she was supposedly lived here before. I'm sure she knows the way.
We could wait.
We could wait at the camp.
Agreed.
And like so,
We wait at the camp.
we come back.
Okay.
So,
You guys retreat back to the safety of the camp. Sorry, Jess, you're on your own. Bye.
oh, I don't
I
care.
can't see, so
I mean, sadly, that's how my character thinks. I'm sorry.
So I'm moving in the direction that the shapes are going.
You're following them.
I'm moving parallel to them. So kind of, yes.
Okay. So as you are trailing them, make another stealth check. Because you're moving.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
So
Rip.
you are trying to follow them and remain quiet at the same time, and as you look towards the direction they're walking, you don't manage to look down and you step on a twig. And it's not just a small twig. You step on a twig at the right angle where it's long enough where it leaps up and smacks you square in the face.
Ow.
And you let out a little bit of a screech.
Ow.
And Varaka and Gavin at the camp, you heard that.
Good.
And then what you hear next is something unearthly, like a not a yell or a screech, but something deeper between the two of them. Very gargly. Something like that, yes. With a hiss at the end.
I turn to Varaka and I say, that's probably where she's at, getting into trouble out there.
Well, I can't see this going anywhere else, so if she's not coming back, we
should go
might
to
need
her.
to go for her. She's our only guide, so
Agreed. Can't lose our guide.
we go back.
Back into the forest.
So, Jess,
Yes.
as you collect your thoughts and rub your nose, with a little bit of wiping away the little bit of blood,
Oh no.
you look back to the figures, and 3 of them are within visual range now, and they are bearing down on your location like they know exactly where you are.
What are they? Can I see them?
You've never experienced too much with undead before, but
Oh,
these
no.
are clearly undead in nature.
Oh no.
Are they like zombies? Like, just to give me a
No,
sort of visual. Like,
these are bearing like rusted and decrepit weapons, armor, and shields. So these are more skeletal in
Okay.
nature.
Oh no.
So they're moving a lot faster.
Oh no.
Okay. But they haven't seen me yet. They just heard me.
Oh, they have a pretty good idea where you are.
Okay. I'd like to cast Minor Illusion, and I'd like to put an image of myself standing where I am, and then I'd like to run away.
Okay, did they get a save versus that?
Okay, let me just.
Oh.
I
It's an
don't think
area
they
effect.
do.
Sound can use of it.
If a creature uses its action to examine the sound or image, the creature can determine that it's an illusion
Yeah, okay.
with a successful investigation.
Investigation versus your spell DC, which is what?
Yeah, but they have to go and actually interact with it first.
Right. Well, what's your spell DC?
15.
Okay. So you cast your Minor Illusion, and you start racing towards where?
Away from them.
Okay. In what direction?
I guess towards where they were going, just around them.
Okay, can I cast a spell here?
Sure.
I like to cast Prestignation, and I like to make a like a little fire effect just in the air.
Like a flare?
Yeah, like a flare.
Okay.
Where's the button for this?
And the spells?
Yeah, I'm looking for the button. There it is.
Prestidigitation? So you're making like a firework essentially?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. So, just Pinwin, you see this bright flash in the air,
I'm
like a
bolting for it.
firework. Okay, so you run off in that direction. So, 2 of the skeletons, just continue walking in the direction they were walking before. One of them stops and reaches back with its sword and swipes at the image.
Oh. Oh no.
It would just go through it.
I cast Thaumaturgy on my boys again and yell out as loud as I can. Little one, if you can hear us, follow the light.
Okay.
Am I far enough away that? Am I far
You
enough
could-
away from them?
No, you heard him,
Okay.
and then you see the light. Well, you
Yeah,
seen the light
that's
before.
where I'm going. Am I far enough away from the skeletons that they don't see
I mean, you're going as fast as you can,
me? Yeah,
but you can only move so fast.
I know.
You tiny little legs like. Ugh!
I'm just bolting, man. I'm
So-
trying to use like the shrubbery and things to hide me as
You
I
spend-
go. But
You spend several moments, and then Gavid and Varaka, you hear rustling in the bushes, and then you see Pinwin just dart out of the bushes.
Oh.
oh my god!
Oh. There you are.
Okay, they're skeletons, and they smell like death.
Yes,
And
we can smell them.
they're coming here. They were coming here, and then they heard me, so I left an illusion for them, and then I ran away.
If you saw the light and you heard his voice, they saw it too
Yeah.
and heard it.
I say we go back to camp, and if they are to find us, at least we know where we are.
Are we gonna wait for them to come and get us?
I mean, do we have to fight them?
Trap.
I don't know,
We can-
but
We can go back to camp, fight them there. At least we know where we might lose ourselves into.
okay.
If we try to fight them any deeper into the woods, I don't know what might happen.
Agreed. I need the light.
Okay.
And so, Baraka starts moving back to the camp.
Okay.
Gavin follows.
So as you guys are turning to leave, you hear a rustling and you see the first skeleton appear through the brush.
And I just kind of point towards it. See?
Hmm.
It looks at the three of you and hisses, and raises its sword, and starts making its way in your direction.
I point at the creature with my rapier, and hold a battle stance. I guess we cannot run from this one.
Gavin moves to the back and is ready for battle.
Okay. So now, all of you roll initiative.
Hey. We need some like intense
Oh,
fighting
I need
music.
to click on my token. Oh, you
Oh, yeah.
attempted to use a roll command looking for this value.
No, you can click on your token.
Okay.
Your tokens are at the bottom of the page.
Okay, yeah. You have to click on your token and then roll initiative.
Yes.
Look at that hot initiative.
So I click this, and then... Is this initiative? I'm just gonna click this. Oh wait, no, it's not initiative.
Hey, what a beautiful initiative.
It says initiative on the front page.
On your core stats. Underneath
Okay.
your hit points.
Percent.
Oh!
Oh.
Oh no! Oh, this is gonna be terrible. Our first battle.
Wow.
See,
Good thing I'm in the back.
Oh no!
So, all right. Who is in front? Why don't you? I'm assuming Baraka's in front,
Mm-hmm.
yes.
and then Penguin is behind him or beside him,
Behind him and kind of to the right.
and then Gavid's further back than that.
Mhm.
So the skeleton is gonna reach Baraka first.
All right.
They're gonna make a swing at you.
Hit me.
Does
Ooh.
17 hit your armor?
Barely. It doesn't.
It does or doesn't?
It doesn't.
What's your AC?
18.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So, he swings, and the sword skitters off of your armor.
Oh. Little sparks flying in the way.
Are you wearing chain?
No, I'm actually wearing leather.
Well,
But I
no.
do have a shield.
Oh, okay.
Just kind of like protect myself with a shield. Then tiny sparks fly as it crashes down with the steel of my shield.
What do you want with us?
I
They
do
don't-
not.
They don't really reason, Jess.
I know. She doesn't know that.
Okay. So that would be Varrock's turn then.
All
Varrocka?
right. I take the moment. I take the moment in which it swings to make a strike into the creature with my rapier. That is attack. Oh god, I clicked it 3 times. Just take the first one.
Okay.
Yeah. Do I hit with a 12?
You do indeed.
And
So you do 7 points of piercing damage.
let's say +5. Uh, I actually make 7 because I have a +2 when I hold damage. Yeah, 7 points of damage.
You do +2 from what?
No,
Single single weapon. Yeah.
yeah, single weapon. So I don't know if that's already included. It should maybe.
So
Does it say in the
doesn't-
roll?
I'm hovering over it. It doesn't look like it's saying the +2.
It says 1d8 +5, which is 2 + 5. That's 7. No, it does. It didn't add it. Damn it.
What's
So I
the
guess-
+5 for?
My Dex mod.
Okay. And
So it-
then +2. So no, it did not add it. So it would be 9 then.
It would be 9. Yeah.
Okay.
I should,
So
I should put
you
it somewhere.
you'd be well, as long as you remember to do it.
Yeah. Okay.
So you do 9 points of piercing damage to the skeleton. So you guys watch, and there's not really any flesh on these things. It's mostly just rotted, like sinew and bone. And he's brandishing a piercing weapon. Yet you don't know how he managed to find purchase with it, but he did. And the rapier like embeds itself in the bone of the skull of this thing, and he pulls it back with one fluid motion. It's still standing. You can't really tell if it's affected by it or not, but you did damage.
These things are clearly not alive, so I don't think you can reason with them.
Do you want to do a bonus action?
I don't think so. I take a step back, I guess. But I don't know if I can do that. Just like a little hop.
If you leave a threat, it gets to make an attack of opportunity on you.
Oh no. Then I guess I don't move. I just stay there. At the same time, I have a shield, so I'll be fine.
Okay. Penguin.
Okay. So I look at this, and I just watched him, trade blows basically. And I run forward with my staff, and I cast Shillelagh on the staff. And
Okay, as your bonus action.
yes, and I smack the skeleton around the knees, and I go, "You do not hit people."
Okay.
So there's that.
16 does hit. So you see Penguin, who has been pretty docile, run up and conjure something, you're not sure what, and her little quarterstaff turns a... What color shade does it turn?
It turns like a green, like a pleasant green.
Like a vibrant green?
Yeah, with like a nice, like, foresty green.
Okay. So you see her run up, and her quarterstaff, which is normally wooden in hue, becomes a bright, vibrant shade of green as she smacks this thing square in the knee, shattering the bone, causing the skeleton to topple over.
Oh,
They kill it? Or did it just fall over?
It just fell over.
Oh.
Did 9 points of damage to it.
Yeah.
It's missing. It's missing a limb now, and is trying to use its shield to support the weight of it. This is not
Oh.
making much progress, though.
I looked at at the gnome and look at her with an impressed look. Huh? You're much stronger than you look.
Gavid.
Are its hands full?
Yeah, it's got the sword in one hand and the shield in the other.
So it can't defend itself then.
Not with being one-legged on the ground.
Can I steal its head with Mage Hand?
You can certainly try.
So I cast Mage Hand and attempt to use it to loot the skeleton's head.
Okay. What does Mage Hand do?
You can manipulate objects with it.
Okay. Can't carry more than 10. Why don't you make a strength check using your spellcasting modifier. So roll a straight d20 plus your modifier.
Ooh, ooh.
Let's see, straight d20 with my spellcasting modifier, so int 5.
Yeah.
Like that?
Oh,
No.
yeah.
Oh,
No.
Oh!
Roll. Roll. No, that's not a roll.
Oh, okay.
That's rolling 20 plus 5. You didn't roll. Nice try.
Oh.
Congratulations, you know how to add.
There you go. All right, so you roll, you conjure Mage Hand, and is it spectral? Yeah, it's spectral.
Mhm.
So you guys see this spectral, disembodied hand just appear out of thin air, and float over to the skeleton on the ground, grab it by its skull, and yank it off of the neck.
Okay.
I kind of turned towards Gavid in shock.
What should I do with the head?
The skeleton has stopped moving at this point.
Good.
I just look back, blinking. I'm speechless.
What did you do?
Gavin brings the head up to eye level of Varaka and mouths, "I'm dead."
I can't think of anything to say and just cover my head with my palm. Let's just keep moving.
There
I
were
see.
more of them. There was definitely more than just this one.
Oh, I don't think we should stay to find out.
I think staying here is the best idea for us right now. We're in a defensible position.
I'm dead.
Okay.
So, a couple of moments pass as you converse, and then the second skeleton emerges from where the first one did. And you can hear there's clearly more coming.
Something must be controlling these.
What? But skeletons can't just walk wherever they want in the forest? Is this... Oh. Do skeletons not just walk?
I don't recall ever. Wait. That they don't seem to have a mind of their own. They look like they're being controlled.
I do not think a skeleton would be running off on its own in a place like this. Maybe he's right.
So, what we're gonna do now before we go into combat is we're gonna take a short break. So pause the stream.
Yes.
Oh, oh no.
Okay.
And if you need to go to bio or pick up drinks, now's the time to do it.
Yee. We're
I'm
back.
gonna grab my dinner. I'll be right back.
I'm gonna get ice cream. And look at sleeping kittens.
Did we start again?
Oh,
We were waiting
Oh,
for you.
second.
So.
Oh, Hearth is here. Hey.
I want him to just like fall out of a tree and like bang one of them with a hammer.
Just like breathes heavily. I was watching you guys.
Oh my god!
That's not creepy at all.
You think?
Okay. Go ahead, start the stream.
Go, go. We're back.
Okay. So, having just pulled the head off of the one skeleton and mocking Faraka with it,
Can we loot the skeleton at all? Does it have any loot, or does it just have the things it has on it?
well, from what you see right now, you just see torn bits of armor, the sword and the shield that it had, but without a thorough investigation, you're not positive. So he picks the skeleton head off the shoulders, mocks Baraka with it, and at that time, the next skeleton emerges. So go ahead and roll for initiative.
Oh,
Oh.
new
okay.
initiative.
Right. Hey.
Look at that. Oh, I have to. Oh, there
Oh
it
yeah, I
is.
have to click my thing. I forgot.
Look at
Same?
that.
Your token. Click your token.
I'm not 0 anymore. Or 1.
I assume
Okay.
I'm not.
You're not there yet, Harthy. Okay, so Baraka, you get to go first.
Hey. Okay. The skeleton approaches, and I grab my rapier and try to strike straight into its body somewhere. That
Oh, sorry.
that would
Okay.
be that opens attack. Oh, God.
22 will hit. Very easily. You do 12 points of damage plus the 2.
Yeah, that's for keep.
So you see Baraka.
Mm-hmm.
He extends his arm back again and lunges with the rapier, piercing the sternum right in the middle of his chest, splitting it in half, and you see like the rib cage of the skeleton split in twain.
Ooh.
And it just collapses to the ground in a
Oh,
pile.
that
Is it
one
still
shot
attached?
though.
Is it what still attached?
Is its head still attached?
Yes.
Oh, God.
The head is still attached to the what's left of the neck.
And which skeleton is that died?
The one that just came out of the bush.
Sorry.
In a swift swinging motion, I clean the whatever amount of gut and or rotten blood is left on my blade.
I would say rot maybe a bit of flesh, but not too much, as it is a skeleton and it has been decaying for some time.
Mm-hmm.
What happens next is the brush moves aside again, and out comes another skeleton. This one looks a little bit more recent, and
Oh.
behind him lumbers a corpse, but this one is not rotted away like the skeleton. This one is much more flesh still.
Oh. Oh. So like a zombie kind of way?
Yeah.
Oh. Well.
Gavin, it's your turn.
Okay. Alright. Target the zombie and cast firebolts.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh.
I should have went for the head rip. So 2
So-
damage to the zombie.
20 AC. That will hit it for sure. Okay. So, you see, you see Gavin ignite this ball of flame in his hand, and it looks really large and bolsterous at first, and then he flicks it, and it's like a very small spark of fire. And it hits the zombie, and the zombie is just like, if an undead could be annoyed, that would be the response that he gave you.
Oh.
He basically like shoved his hand into a candle flame. Or like
No damage.
Tiny little spark. Like,
Okay, Penguin, it's your turn.
I still should have Shillelagh active, correct?
Yeah, it lasts 1 minute, which is 6 rounds of combat, and it hasn't been 1 minute yet.
Okay. So I'm going to target the skeleton, and I'm going to run up and... Oh, wait a second. Oh no, okay. Yeah. Then I'm going to run up and smack the skeleton right around the kneecap again.
fuck you up, Jess.
Okay.
Um,
23 versus armor class does hit. And you see Penguin once again race forward. Her quarterstaff in hand, glowing that same green as before. As she smacks it square in the knee, the skeleton staggers, doesn't fall, it doesn't break. Looks down at you and kind of hisses.
Oh.
I hiss back at it.
Fuck you.
And he's gonna make an attack on you.
No. Oh no.
Does 14 hit?
Does not hit.
Okay. It misjudges your size and overswings. The blade just soars above your head.
Sing.
And zombie.
I hiss at it.
The zombie?
No, the skeleton.
Oh, okay. The zombie shambles towards you. He's gonna make an attack.
Oh.
6 will not hit you.
Does not hit.
Okay, top of the turn order again.
Ooh. It's my turn?
Yep.
Oh, okay. I see the gnome getting attacked and I lunge straight for the zombie. Get back, little one! No. The 13 hit.
Oh, well, you're attacking what?
It's 13. Like my attack
no.
roll was.
Which were you attacking?
Oh, the zombie.
13 will hit.
an ideal 12 points of piercing damage.
Okay. This target, unlike the skeleton, the rapier buries into its flesh. Though, like the skeleton, it doesn't show any sign of pain. It takes the damage, but it doesn't show any signs of being hurt by said damage.
Mm.
You pierce it, you pull your rapier back, it's still standing.
Just kind of shrugged it off.
Yeah. Gavin.
Okay. We're gonna hit the zombie with magic missile here.
Oh.
Oh,
Automatic
my.
hits. How many
3.
missiles are you putting in? You putting all 3 of them on it? Okay.
I'll put 2 in it and 1 into the zombie.
You mean the skeleton?
Or yeah, the skeleton. Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll do. Let me fix this. We'll do 2. These 2 into the zombie. Where's the button? Here it is. So this one and this one into the zombie.
So 7. Okay.
7. And then this one into the skeleton.
Okay. So you did 7 points to the zombie. 7 is 12. And 2 is 21. Okay. So
Oh no.
your magic missiles slams into the zombie. He staggers back. He's showing signs of definite damage. You can't tell though. I mean, it is undead. He's still standing. He hasn't fallen over yet. And then you hit the skeleton with your other missile. Did 4. Just you did damage the skeleton, right?
Yeah, I did 9 bludgeoning.
And
And you just did 4 points of it. So your missile strikes the skeleton and it explodes against the skeleton, and bones just turn to ash, and it just scatters about the area.
nice.
Hey.
Boom.
And that means it's Penguin's turn.
Okay. I'm just. So, I was facing the skeleton. Was the zombie kind of like behind me trying to attack me?
No, to the side.
To the side?
They were
Okay.
like side by side. So
I'm just gonna whirl and like take my staff around and swing it against its ankles.
okay.
What the hell is my spell? There it is.
Oh,
Damn.
Rip.
yeah, that's a natural 1.
Yup.
No.
Go hit yourself.
Oh, I'm worried I'm gonna knock fucking Baraka over.
So you watch as Penguin, who's been pretty accurate thus far with her quarterstaff. She takes to swing. She oversteps.
No,
She
no.
doesn't see the stick. Lands her foot on the stick in the right angle, and it rolls, putting her back on her back prone.
Oh no.
As she
Okay.
falls to the ground to the side beside you.
No.
Ow.
Okay.
Can I spend my movement and get up, or?
You can spend half your movement to get up. Yes.
Okay, I just want to stand up.
Okay.
No, that's an action. Never mind. Go ahead. And that ends my turn.
Okay. So it's the zombie's turn. And he misses with a 5.
Who was he hitting?
He was trying to hit you
Oh, okay. Then yeah, definitely.
because you was in his target range to begin with. Barack is technically behind you right now.
I just watch her fall over and have myself a little chuckle.
It's back at the top of the round, Baraka.
Hey. Okay. So it's only one skeleton, right?
No, the zombie, not the skeleton.
Oh, it's going. Okay. Zombie's not dead yet. Oh shit. Seeing as the zombie hasn't died, well, or died again, I launch myself forward with my rapier once more, thus
Okay.
making an attack. Take the first one, because the second one. Fuck! Why is this my? Why
Because
is
you're
my mouse?
hitting, you're probably hitting it too much.
Maybe, or maybe my mouse is fucking up. I don't know.
Well, it was a. How does your critical damage is 0? Do you not have it set up right?
How's my critical damage 0? Yeah, maybe. I have crit damage 0. Should I put like the damage dice on crit damage?
Yeah, because critical damage is the dice doubled essentially. So you just put 1d8 for crit damage and 1d6 for your hand axes. Yeah.
Maybe I forgot about that. All right.
Do the same thing for your ranged weapons.
Yes, I just did that. All right.
Okay. So now I
So-
want you to roll another d8.
Okay, just a flat d8.
Yeah.
Eh.
So you did 10 plus your
Plus-
2 for being a duelist,
Mm-hmm.
plus 2 more, so you did 14 points damage to the zombie.
That was a natural 20.
As you see, Vraka get a little spark in his eye, and he swings a rapier in such emotion that he tears flesh from bone.
Ooh.
And the zombie collapses on itself on top of the remains of the skeleton. It doesn't seem to move.
Has he just been swinging over my head
Oh yeah,
the entire time? Okay. I'm just looking up in like awe.
yeah, totally.
Hey, yeah! And poof goes the zombie.
Its body is still there, right?
Oh yeah.
I'd like to burn it.
Hey.
You wanna burn it?
Burn its body.
Walk over and you light the zombie on fire, and it catches fire relatively quick.
Good, good.
Pops and sizzles, and the smell gets that much worse.
Oh.
Decayed, burning flesh. Make a
Uh,
Constitution save, all of you.
oh no. Why? It's fine.
Save.
Constitution save.
Oh.
Oh.
This one.
Yes. Okay. No, you all, the smell gets worse, but you all manage to stop yourself from throwing up.
Oh god, why would you do that?
You
Gotta
know,
make sure it's dead.
I've smelled decaying flesh before, but I've never smelled it burning, and I don't think I ever want to again. Is that all of them?
That you know of. There doesn't seem to be any more noise coming. No more bushes rumbling. Nothing.
So the decaying smell that had come from them, has that, other than the fact that we just burned one and made it worse, does it seem to be dissipating now that...
What kind of what size would you consider the zombie's corpse?
It's medium.
Medium.
The smell doesn't seem to be dissipating anytime soon, considering the corpses are there in front of you, and now you have a burning version of one.
God.
Where
But
did
the
they
smell
come
is
from?
definitely coming from them.
Well,
I want to know where they came from.
All right. So, I look at my teammates and give them a quick glance between pants. Like, so that was interesting. Uh, should we head back to camp, or what?
Did
I'd
we
like
all
to.
get to sleep?
Oh, I slept.
I know you slept.
I'd like to check the corpses and see if there's anything of use or anything that could lead us on to figure out.
Okay, make an investigation roll.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so you take a couple moments and you look around where the skeletons were and where the zombie was, and you notice an item that must have come off the zombie's corpse when Baraka did his fancy dervishing move with his rapier. You're not sure if it came off a piece of clothing of the zombie or where, but you pretty sure it came from the zombie because the skeletons weren't really covered in much. But it bears the insignia that you seen earlier today.
To find anything?
Just that.
The zombie held a small insignia for part of its skin. If you want to take a look at it.
It's definitely the marking from the guild.
Oh,
Appears to be from the guild.
Do you think this was our thief that we just killed?
Seems to be pretty undead. I do not think that it would rot that quickly. If it died today, we should have been able to identify it.
Well, we did just burn it.
It doesn't seem to have any of the items that she had on her either.
What if?
In any case,
What if? Well, you said that maybe they were being controlled, and maybe whatever happened to our thief, maybe that person now has the relic.
Perhaps these were a previous party that came here before us.
That's possible too.
so you're saying there are competition?
Not anymore.
That's true. Let us keep moving then. One way or the other, I think we should not stay here.
Well, did we all get to rest pretty well? Or?
Well, I slept. I know that much.
As did I.
Okay.
Maybe I should keep watch while you two sleep. Maybe
Sounds-
shout further in the morning.
Yeah, I'd rather not be exploring while it's still kind of dark.
I concur.
So
Okay,
we
so what are you doing then?
head back to our camp and
Back to camp.
Okay.
Baraka and Penguin, I guess, sleep.
All right. So, David, you keep watch.
Yep.
The rest of the night goes pretty easily. No other issues. Sunlight peeks through the canopy of the treetops, and the birds start to sing the morning.
I wake up with the bird song.
It's a little brisk today. more so than usual for the time of year. Then again, you are close to a cove, so you're not sure if it's natural or not. The weather here can be strange, but you know that firsthand, Penguin.
Is the smell still there?
Very faintly now.
Hmm.
Mm.
I wake up slowly with the sound of birds and sunlight. I did not get much rest.
You guys are hungry, but you are not hungry enough to try to eat while still smelling the smell.
Mm. Oh god. I hold my stomach as I get up, feeling a grumble, stomach breath taste on my mouth. I sigh, knowing that if I try to eat anything, I'll probably vomit. So I look at my teammates and I give them a side smile. So I don't think I have introduced myself. My name is Varaka Hilanhart.
I'm actually making tea over our fire for everybody.
Oh,
And if I can, I'd like to make tea that would probably help settle our stomachs a little bit.
Like an herbal.
Yeah,
Go for it. Make a survival roll.
a survival.
Sure. Okay. You know of a couple remedies that you can muster using nature for the better explanation of it. So you brew a strong tea with a little bit of flavor to it, but it seems to mask the nausea that all of you were feeling after a couple of sips.
hey.
I hand it out and I just say, I'm Penguin. And you can call me that or you can call me something else. I don't care.
Penguin. I sit down, take some of the tea, like a teacup, and with a single slurp, I put it down and sigh in relief as my stomach stops churning in itself. It is great to meet you.
Gavin takes the tea from Fenwin and simply says, "I'm Gavin. Nice to meet you."
Hey. Is there any difference from last night besides the change in the air, like the smell in the air?
No, you don't notice anything other than the smoldering corpse of the zombie and the broken bones of the skeleton.
In the sunlight, now that it's day, can we see any trace of our teammate that left us unexpectedly?
You can make an investigation roll.
All right. Let's see. Where's it? Skills. A. Do I see anything?
Let's see.
I already rolled it.
I know you did.
Oh. I was like, oh.
He's thinking. Oh.
Oh.
You make you notice a very faint trail leading off in a different direction.
As I am speaking with my new quote unquote friends, I notice a different path, a trail that I had not noticed last night. Maybe I was too distracted or something. I take one last slurp from the teacup and put it down once it is depleted. Get up and look at everything that surrounds the trail. And I look back at my teammates and relay information. Look, I have not seen this. I did not see this last night. Maybe here is where our human friend left.
Do you think she saw anything, or do you think she just didn't want to travel with us?
It could have been anything, really. I mean, we did not know her very well, did we?
Well, I didn't know any of your names until just now, so...
Might be worth it to follow it.
I go and check on the horses real quick.
Okay. They're all there. They're still all tied up. They're just munching away idly on foliage.
I kind of pet them all and just sing to them a little bit, and then I go back.
I shake my head and check all of my things, make a quick checkup of everything's with me. And I reply, well, either way, if she went on her own, I believe. If a horse is here and she did not say anything, then maybe it is best if we do not follow her. Perhaps this is what she wanted. In any case, she knew what this mission was all about, and we have a contract to keep. We did tell the boss that we would bring her artifact in 4 days at the very least. So that's what we should do.
I guess we should explore the forest then, since it's sunlight out.
I'd like to go back to where we felled the skeletons, and I'd like to maybe track them back. They came from somewhere, and I want to know where that somewhere is. So
Are you talking to them or are you talking
No,
to me?
I'm talking to them, I'm sorry.
Okay.
So if you guys think that's a good idea, we should maybe do that.
We have a path in front of us we should probably follow. Or we can look for the skeletons. I feel like that might be a bad idea if I find a lot of bad luck in that direction.
Well, we have a path that was left by a party member that just abandoned us. And we have a pile of dead things that carried the guild symbol.
Well, I look at Penguin with crossed arms. You said you knew something about a few places where perhaps things could be different. Maybe places of importance that we can visit. We could start by going there.
Okay. Would I know if there are any of those places nearby?
That what now?
One of the forbidden places.
If you want to know where if one is nearby.
Yes.
You can't really say for certain because you're not exactly sure where in the forest you are.
Okay.
You would need some sort of landmark to gauge how close you may be to one of these forbidden places.
Okay. Oh. New sounds.
Oh man.
So I turn to them and I say, I need a landmark or something. I'm not totally sure where we are in reference to anything else. And so to get us to one of these places, I would need to know where I am.
Well, I suppose it's time to get moving then. I say as I start untying the horse.
Let's go.
So you guys are going which direction?
Good question.
That's what we were trying to figure out.
So we're on the west side of the forest, right? So
You are kind of northwest right now.
maybe
Hmm.
we should just head kind of east-ish,
Southeast?
southeast, east. Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna go southeast. And
All right.
do we
You're
leave
gonna-
the
are you
horse
gonna
behind?
go-
Or...
What's up?
There's 3 horses, and there's 2 people who can ride them and see. So
And the
Oh, are we using horses to go through?
I don't know. Are we leaving them here, or are we taking them with us?
I was gonna take mine with me. Cause I mean I don't feel very comfortable with the idea of leaving them behind. Because I mean I think they might be useful, and usually horses are decent to traverse terrain.
Okay, we can take the horses.
All right.
So Gavin says, so we have a small problem. There's 3 horses and 2 riders. One of us is going to have to tie one and take it with us.
We can always hold the reins of the other horse with one hand, or we can try to.
Bring it with us. I don't want.
In a way, but we can try to tie the horse to the saddle of another horse and have it follow its kin.
Yes.
Maybe that would work.
Let's.
In the case that it doesn't work, I can try and hold the reins with my tail. If that is.
Whatever we do,
of
we bring it
use.
with us. I don't want to leave it here all by itself.
Can't you talk to it?
No. It's too big for me to talk to it.
That's what she said.
Well then,
I mean, it is. It's not a small beast.
So Gavin takes the extra horse's reins and ties it to his own saddle.
okay.
And we are off.
Yep. We all get on and move southeast on horses.
So are you following the trail, or are you just moving in the southeast direction?
The trail of of a party member?
Yes.
Is the trail of party member in the southwest direction?
It seems to be going in that direction at the moment, but doesn't mean it's going to stay that way.
Well, since it's our only reference point, I turn back to my teammates and ask, "What do you think? I mean, we can follow the trail of our lost teammate, or we can follow our instinct."
Let's follow it until I figure out where we are.
Very well. And
Reasonable.
so, follow.
So
Okay.
we're following Talowin's trail.
Alright. So you guys travel for, I don't know, maybe an hour and a half. And the trail goes cold. But that's because the woods have opened up into a clearing. And you're familiar with these woods, but you've never seen this clearing before. There's a graveyard in the middle of this clearing. And it looks like it's been here for a long time. But yet you don't recall ever seeing a graveyard in these woods before. And these graves, while the tombstones look ancient, a lot of the soil has been moved recently.
Ooh.
I think maybe they found out where our skeletons came from.
Mm-hmm.
as we
And
uh, Hmm.
there's an overwhelming feeling of it's very cold in the area. Like you notice as soon as you step into the graveyard, there is a huge temperature difference between in and out of the graveyard, and it is very quiet, eerily quiet.
Can I cast detect magic?
You can.
And I just, in the area, in the clearing, I just want to see if there's a magical aura or anything that would be causing this.
Try to
type of
cast
issue.
it.
Oh, sorry.
There is definitely a strong sense of magic coming from the area.
Ooh. Is there anything I can do right now?
Magic, you say?
In the middle of this graveyard is a mausoleum,
Oh.
and the doors to the mausoleum are slightly open.
Mm.
But what you see in because the soil is recently turned, you definitely see a pronounced pair of footsteps leading inside.
I turn back to my teammates, specifically Penguin, and ask her, "Has this been here all the time?"
I've never seen this before.
Hmm. Well,
It seems like the graves look very old, and I would think that I would have come upon it at some point, but I've never seen it.
hmm.
But the area
What?
feels very magical.
Magic, you say? What do you say, Gabbard? Do we inspect the area?
We should check the mausoleum, I think. Strong magic emanates from it.
I I climb down my horse and tell my teammates to wait. To which I stealthily approach the mausoleum.
You're trying to stealth to it?
Yeah, stealthily approach the mausoleum.
Make a stealth check.
Stealth.
Okay. So you see him dismount, drops off the horse, and steps deathfully through the graveyard, trying to avoid moving anything major as far as Earth goes, and almost hopping over certain tombstones as he proceeds towards the mausoleum. What are you and Gavid doing?
I'm kind of stuck on a horse.
That's very true.
I'm just sitting here. I mean, I could tumble off, but that would be quite a fall for me, so. I'm just sitting here. I would like to kind of keep an eye out into the trees around the clearing. Just looking for anything that seems off or anybody looking at us.
So everything in this area seems off to you.
Okay. Can I look to see specifically if there are people or things that are watching us?
You can make an investigation roll.
Okay. Would it be investigation or perception?
Now you're actually investigating for something.
Okay.
Okay. You don't see anything or anyone in the area besides you three.
Okay.
Are there any... Oh, sorry.
What are you doing, Gavid?
Are Are there any markings on the graves or the mausoleum?
What kind of markings are we talking about?
Let's say religious things, maybe magical markings.
You see dates, but you're assuming those were the lifespan of whatever lays in the graves. You see certain religious icons for the various deities of the realm. Nothing that seems out of the ordinary for a graveyard.
What's going on over with
The
Veronica?
mausoleum,
Yeah.
you're
yeah.
too far away from to get any
Mm.
definite details. So, Varaka, as you approach the mausoleum,
Mm-hmm.
you hear staggered breathing.
Oh.
Yes.
Within
And
the
it-
mausoleum.
What's that?
Within the mausoleum.
You're assuming so.
Okay.
And as you get closer, you can see a trail of blood leading inside. Not a large trail, but a bleeding trail.
Okay. To this, I unsheath my rapier and try to again stealthily open the gates and peek inside.
Uh, mm, this make a strength check.
Okay. Strength check, just like
Yeah, a check. These are this is a heavy door.
oh, I suppose in the stats it would like in the sheet it would be a strength save. Maybe?
No, it should be an unskilled strength check. So it'd be on your skill page. There should be one listed for unskilled strength.
Oh, unskilled strength. All right. 8.
So you get to the door,
Mhm.
and even with it being cracked, it's too heavy for you to move.
Oh. Rip.
But you can definitely hear the breathing is coming from within.
I turning back to my teammates and realizing they're a bit far away, I decide to ask to whatever may be inside. Is anybody there?
No response, just the staggered breathing.
Realizing that nothing came out, Gavin approaches without sneaking or anything.
I feel the presence of Gavin and turn to him. I tell him, I hear breathing, heavy, and I see blood, a trail down across the floor. It may be someone that's injured. It might even be your ally. What do you think?
Maybe. I should
I
probably get the gnome off of the horse.
I try to guide the horse like closer, like I'm pulling on its mane. I'm just trying to make it go.
The horse is confused by your actions. It's kind of like circling. Not sure which way to go.
I'm like whispering to it. I'm like, please go closer to them.
Since I'm not sneaking, I'll head over and get her off of the horse and find something to tie the horses to as well.
Okay. You managed to find a tombstone that has a place that you can tie ropes around.
I
And
go up.
I'll pick the gnome off of the horse and set her down
Okay.
I say thank you.
silently, not saying anything.
Set her down.
I go over to the door of the mausoleum. Is the crack big enough for me to go through?
No.
Okay. Um,
You're small, but you're not that small.
So
worth
what was
a
in-
try.
Sorry, what was in front of the gate again? Was it just a gate that couldn't move, or
It's-
is that the actual like stone in the entrance?
It's a stone door, not a gate. He couldn't budge the stone door with what he rolled.
Hmm.
So
And-
I put my ear to the door
Mm-hmm.
and listen, and I guess I can hear the breathing.
Yeah, you can hear the breathing.
Okay, and then I just kind of call into the crack, "Hey, if you're hurt, raggedly breathe twice, and if you're not, breathe once."
The breathing doesn't seem to change between fast or slow. It's
Okay.
just staggered breathing.
Gavin says, "Why don't we all try and get the stone off together?"
Sounds like a good
Okay.
idea.
Okay.
So we all push on the door, trying to open it.
Yeah, so we should
It'd
strength
be-
all of us.
Yeah.
Do we all do unskilled strength check at the same time?
Do. Let's see here.
Teamwork.
Teamwork.
Do a. Yeah. None of you are proficient in strength, right?
Uh-uh. I'm very unproficient.
I didn't think so. So, yeah, it'll be another unskilled strength check, and we'll do it with advantage. So, one of you roll twice.
We all rolled twice.
No, one of you roll twice for the team.
Okay.
Who's
Uh,
got the
who's-
Not
strength?
me.
I think it should be Viraga.
Okay. All right. 1, 2.
Oh, God.
Oh god.
Oh, wait. How is there a button I can just press for that? Oh yeah.
Yeah,
actually.
it's in the skills, yeah.
Oh wait, that was stealth.
It's under unskilled,
Oh,
which is
oh.
further down.
Yeah, I see.
Why are we all so weak?
Oh.
Hey.
And he rolled a 10.
With my modifier though.
Yeah. No, that is with the modifier.
Oh,
It's
it
a
is?
10.
Oh, nice. Okay. So that's what 15, 25 altogether.
Oh no, it doesn't work that way. The advantage is highest roll,
Oh.
Oh.
not total number roll.
Oh.
You guys take a couple minutes and you press together on this door. It budges a little bit, but still not enough to get inside.
Hmm.
So is it budging to the side, forward, or back?
It's budging into the interior of the room.
So.
Can I
I-
look around the door and see if there's a button or something that I can, or a lever or
On
something?
the outside,
Yeah, that would open the door.
make an investigation check.
Okay.
27.
Oh.
So Penguin stops after being defeated by the door. Takes a couple minutes to look around. You see no signs of a lever. You do see an odd indentation in the wall, but it's not a button.
What
It
does
looks like something fits in there.
My dick.
Hmm.
I stick my finger into it.
Well then.
And then you hear sounds of pleasure coming from the wall.
Four-fingered gnome.
Oh yeah, yes.
Your finger does not quite fit in there completely.
Oh.
Is it
Uh,
too small or too big?
That's what you said.
uh, I turn to Penguin and ask her, do you see anything?
Yeah, there's this thing here. It looks like something goes into the wall. Hey,
What is?
hey, Gavin, do you have that symbol?
Yes.
Okay, stick it in here. And I move and let him.
I take the symbol and stick it into the hole.
It fits perfectly.
Hey.
And you hear a rumble.
Oh. Gavin steps back quite far.
Varaka takes a step backward and holds a battle position with his shield facing the gates.
I just brace myself on the wall.
The rumble continues, and then the door starts to slide further into the room.
Look, we opened the door.
The room itself is dark, musty, humid.
Can I go in and look around?
By yourself?
I'm not like going into the room, I'm like peeking into the door, but I have
You
dark
cannot
vision, so.
see. You cannot see into the room,
Okay.
even with
their-
dark vision.
Oh.
Even with dark vision. Oh.
Did the breathing change?
No.
After nothing comes out, Gavin walks forward and lights one of his torches
Okay.
and hands it to Varaka and says, "Good luck."
I take it with a roll of my eyes, and I take it as I sheath my blade, so I can have my. I use my hand that I have my blade in it, so I can hit. So I can still have my shield up, just in case. And with a sigh and a confident roll of my eyes, I start to walk in there. Oh come on! What is the worst that could happen? As I say that, a little snap of my fingers makes the fire shine a little brighter. So it's like casting thaumaturgy into it. It's larger and brighter now. Can I see anything within? Now that I have the torch.
Are all three of you going in?
Just me.
Follows behind reluctantly.
Yeah, I grabbed Varaka's tail and I'm just holding it as I walk in. With him.
Okay. So, you guys walk into the darkness. You can't see anything even with a torch.
So
Darkness.
I'm taking it. We can only like the torch is just illuminating us.
Yes.
Okay, I see what kind of darkness this is.
And that's where we'll stop for the night.
No!
Oh
Ah.
no!
We didn't even get Harthy in.
Yeah. Feels
It's alright.
bad.
Yeah, but we've also been going for almost 4 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
That's longer than an average session.
My sessions go for 8 hours on average.
Oh my god.
Yes, but I have to get up and go to work at 5.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I feel it.